welcome to Razz Reviews. Today I'm going to do a quick review of Incredibles 2. This sequel to the 2004's The Incredibles might be one of the most anticipated sequels of all time. If you don't believe me, check the comment section of every Cars trailer ever on YouTube. And finally, it's here, directed by Brad Bird, who did some of my favorite animation films like Ratatouille and The Iron Giant. What's that? You haven't seen The Iron Giant? Go watch it right now. I know that this movie is supposed to be for kids, but it's also for the adults who were young when the first movie came out. Because when this movie came out, I went to the cinema and I'm like, kids, get out of the way! In Incredibles 2, we again follow the story of the Parr family as they are trying to win the public's approval of superheroes again. And this time, mostly focusing on Mrs. Incredible. I found this movie to be very good and very close in quality to the first Incredibles. I enjoyed it a lot, and the family dynamic that made the first one so amazing is still here, and it's still absolutely awesome. But my favorite thing about this movie is actually the fight sequences. This movie has some of the most innovative, creative, and entertaining fight sequences that I've seen in a superhero movie yet. Does it compete with Marvel movies? Yes it does. Elastigirl, or Mrs. Incredible, is absolutely badass in the fight sequences, and we finally get a stretchy rubber girl done right. And Mr. Frozone gets the 2018 graphics update, and his superpowers look awesome. We've waited very long to get this movie, 14 years to be exact. Some might argue, me, that we waited a little too long, especially that the story is set right after the events of the first Incredibles. If you haven't seen it in a while, go back and rewatch it because it's super connected, and if you haven't seen it, you might get a little lost in the sequel. However, what I didn't like about The Incredibles 2 the most is the villain. This movie competes with Marvel movies in fight sequences and its inability to have good villains. Well, until Thanos. I don't want to reveal too much, but I felt Incredibles 2 deserved a much better, more compelling villain like Syndrome was. He's definitely superior to this movie's villain. This villain's motivations and emotional depth was meh. Which also made the final sequence of the film and the fight against the villain not as compelling and as exciting as the one in the first Incredibles. Given a better villain, this movie would have been absolutely perfect. However, it didn't have one, and so it suffers from that. However, it's still a solid sequel. It's a great addition to the franchise. I'm glad we got the sequel, and if you like Incredibles, you definitely need to check this movie out. Side note, I immediately recognized Bob Odenkirk's voice in the movie and shouted in the cinema, "Better Call Saul." I'm very proud of that. All in all, The Incredibles 2 is a great sequel. It could have been a little better, it should have come sooner, but I still found it to be great and not disappointing, and for that reason, I'm gonna give The Incredibles 2 an 8 out of 10. So, have you seen The Incredibles 2? What did you think about it? Do you agree or disagree with me? What did you think of the villain? Let me know in the comment section, and as always, like, share, and subscribe, and don't forget to ask me what you'd like me to review for you next. See ya!